Hey guys, so today it's about my radio. I have this really great Android, I think it's 10.5 inch screen. However, randomly I just lost audio. My Apple Play still works, but no audio. However, I still get radio, but I don't get the radio screen. So I think something went crazy, and to start off, I checked the fuses under the hood. I think there's one in back. I thought maybe the aux was messed up, but I've tried all sorts of things, and what's leading me to think that there's something miswired or something came unwired, and I believe there's a fuse behind the command center, is it all of a sudden just stopped working. I've checked all the fuses. Apple Play still works. The screen, everything looks good, except no sound comes out. I can turn on the radio through the steering wheel buttons, but and I do get sound, so I know the speakers aren't messed up. So I think it's time to take apart the dash and kind of see what we're up against, see what might not look right. Again, I didn't put this together. I don't know what we're going to find, but it's just going to be trial and error and trying a few things, seeing what happens and what doesn't. So let me show you what we got here. Alright, so this is the normal screen I get when I start the car. This is just your typical Android, I guess tablet, for lack of better terms. I mean, this is your Apple Play, or your Play Store, your Maps, Chrome, AutoKit. Now, what I typically do is, if I want Apple Play, I hit AutoKit, which is your application for this to connect, and I just plug in my phone, and sure enough, I get the Apple Play. I get everything here. So I get my Waze, I get everything here. I can get Spotify, all my maps, all my apps, sorry, and everything here. So what I am noticing is, let's just try to get something to play. Let me turn on Spotify and see what happens. I get absolutely no sound. I've turned it up. I'm turning the volume up on my phone. There's literally nothing. What I do have is this Apple Play box that then converts it for this to read it, and I still get nothing. What also is weird is, if I go to my home screen here and I touch the NTG menu, this should get me to the old school, like 4.5-inch screen that has like the little dial to show you what station you're on, and right now it should say no signal, where before I should be getting FM signal. And a lot of things I've looked at, they say, well, just go to the menu up here and select aux for this to get the sound. Well, I don't even have a signal right now. So something in here is not connecting. So I'm really thinking there's something in this command center here. So let's start taking all this apart and seeing what we find. Alright, so a couple days later, a lot of research, and I finally fixed everything, guys. I finally figured it out. Let me show you what's happening here, okay? So I ended up obviously taking everything out. So the screen here, the original screen was called the NTG. It's still called that, right? So this is what drives this. This is just a video output, or a screen, really. It doesn't do anything but display something. So back here, what I noticed was this box had this red wire attached to it. Now you can see it's now attached to something. It had this clip attached to the end, and I cut that off and I put a bullet connector. This label here says 12 volt LVDS, and it was not connected to anything. And what I found out was that this unit here was not getting any power to send this here. So my Apple CarPlay would actually work. So the dongle's down there, and that would work because that is just sent through this cord. So this didn't have any impact, but this comes from the head unit, as I call it, or the radio. So what I did was I just cut off each ends because nothing fit. And this blue wire here says 12 volt. And this is a 12 volt, the red one. And I just connected them together and it works. So that's great. Then what ended up happening was, let me start the car. I was still not getting any sound, right? So I ended up having to pretty much reset this back to factory and get everything back to its original settings, which I needed specifically for this car. So this is all going really great. Once again, the radar detector, as you can see, the remote thing here, was not set up correctly and wired correctly. Neither was this. So it just kind of goes to show you that there might be some other problems. Here I can go to NTG menu now, and I get it all. I can go to radio, and of course, I mean, I don't have anything set up, but you guys can probably hear that.
That's a great idea.
Go to my disc, which is, go over here, and I'm set back to aux, which is what my dongle for Apple CarPlay works with. Now, I got this whole wire loom and everything back here that was just kind of shoved in here like it's a rat's nest. I'm going to use some electrical tape it all back up, and make it look real nice. But I did want to show you guys, if you do have one of these units, I want to show you, I had to go into the factory mode. So settings, down here to factory, and there's these codes. Each person or each company that sells you these gives you a different code. I tried everyone online. I ended up having to contact the company, but here you can go through all of it from Bluetooth, aux, and then what I ended up having to do, the screen didn't look right, so I had, here are the resolutions. I ended up having to pick number 18, NTG 4.7. I'm not sure why it's 4.7 when I have 4.0, but this one worked perfectly, and I do have half screen. So, and the vehicle, I had it switched to aux manual, and I don't have Alpine or Harman, so mine's other, and my knob, that's this. So if this doesn't work for you, try switching this or switching the ABBA connectors in back. They all work together. I'm in America, so left driver's seat. I'm on the left side of the car. I have 4 doors. Everything else you don't really touch. So this is great. I don't know why this one's not selected, but it's not. It still works great. And car display protocol, I do have 4.0, so that's what posted up, and I don't touch anything else. So get out of factory settings, and we're finally up and running again, guys. This is great. I use AutoKit for my Apple CarPlay. This probably looks different from maybe the other video, only because I reset this back to the way the original owner got it from factory, and he kind of was messing with it and customized it to himself, but it was not working the greatest. So did that. I am curious to see if I now fixed my backup camera. When I go into backup camera, it likes to shake and like cut in and out. So I don't know if I need to put like a diode in there or something, but you can see here, this is how he Where is it? It's these here. This is my camera setting, or my camera. Camera detection, I assume, and camera maybe 12 volts. So if I'm assuming when the car goes into reverse, it detects the camera, and this is the power for it. Yeah, don't really know. There are some cables that aren't used anymore, and that's from the old screen, which we don't have. So we are finally back up and running. It took a long time. If you have any questions, reach out. This was a huge learning opportunity for me. There is a really cool Facebook group if you have a Mercedes and one of these. I joined that, asked a question to try to get that, and I also reached out to Autotech. Autotech provided this screen to the previous owner, so I had to reach out to them to get the factory code, but we're good. Next up, oil change, and we're gonna try to get, right now I'm only on accessory, but we're gonna get this check engine light off because nobody likes that. Let's start this thing up, and oh, that sounds so good, guys. It sounds so good. Until next time, just subscribe. I'm gonna be doing an oil change soon. Gonna be trying to get that check engine light off with, I think it's I forget what code it is. Let's run it, let's figure out what it is, order some parts, see if that works. And in the meantime, I got this whole mess to put back together, and I've missed driving my car. I haven't been driving it with everything pulled out, so I want to get back to driving it and really enjoying my pride and joy. Until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later.